this Friendship Church is not endorsing nor do it practice any political affiliation. This is personal, and these are the friends of Bishop C.N. Edwards who want to come this afternoon to endorse a person who have done a great job in our county. I thought about this, thinking about what to say, and the thing that came to me all last night is that Rob Astorino delivers. He's a man for the past 7.5 years, going to 8 years, have delivered to our community. And I brought some people here to prove that he has delivered. His opponent says he's going to deliver, but this man has delivered in our community. Amen. In fact, he has delivered when we came to him and talked about diversity in the police force. We need to be more diverse. And I came to him and I said, Rob, you know, we got to diversify. Right now, I can say to you that Officer Hall stand in our midst, who was a Mount Vernon police officer who transferred in to Westchester County because we said to him, Rob, we got to diversify, and Rob did something. Yes. In childcare, I have a number of these parents here and a number of these employees here who says, I said, Rob, you got to make sure that the contribution for families will be lowered, and the threshold for them will be lowered in order for they to have affordable child care. I want you to know Rob Astorino delivered. He said to Rob, there's a problem in the community with our youth. Our youth is wandering the streets here in Mount Vernon throughout the county. We need more youth programs. Guess what? Rob Astorino delivered. I said to Rob, the immigration policy that you have, we need to make sure that immigrants feel safe in our community, and that they don't have to feel like they're going to be displaced or replaced. Rob Astorino delivers. And so my endorsement is based upon a man for the last 7.5 years who delivered, and also what he has done in delivering. He have not provided any increase in taxes in the past 7 years, and yet he has had an efficient government. He have known how to manage an official government, lean, streamline it, and still provide the goods and the service. Rob Astorino delivers. He delivers. He delivers. Would y'all say that? He delivers. He delivers. And therefore, we feel that he deserves another 4 years to fill out his vision for this county. I am happy to endorse his candidacy 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. Now I want to introduce my colleague who stand with me, the Reverend Mott, who's a wonderful pastor. He started here in Mount Vernon, moved over to New Rochelle, and have a tremendous work in ministry there. He's going to come because he feel like I feel. This man delivers. Give him a hand.
That's a tough act to follow. But good afternoon, everybody. Good to be here. I'm happy to stand here today with my colleague Bishop Edwards and any other member of the clergy that might be a part of this gathering. And I'm particularly happy to see the community of color come out on this particular occasion. I've had the opportunity to know Rob Astorino since he came into office. When he started the Clergy Liaison Network, we began gathering in his chambers on a monthly basis to talk about what's happening in the community. And one of the things I quickly learned to appreciate about Rob Astorino is that he had a genuine respect for the clergy and for the place of the church in the community. For years, and all the years of his governance, we have been able to sit with him in his chambers and to a great extent help him to shape some of his policies and some of the things that pertain to the communities in which we live and pastor. And I've come to see that it's more than just a symbolic gesture, that he really does listen and care. Now, as a man of God, that means the world to me. Now, I'm here in the capacity as a private citizen. Although I am a pastor of a church in the community, I'm here in my capacity as a private citizen. But as a pastor, I want you to know that I deeply care about the community that I serve in. And I care about every aspect of it. In particular, I care about the young people in our community. And one of the things that I'm particularly proud of and I'm happy for, and happy to consider myself a partner with our county executive in, is the Fatherhood Initiative. The Fatherhood Initiative, as you know, has been helping fathers get back in the lives of their children.
Amen.
Now, some people may look at that and think that it's a small thing, that it's a drop in a bucket, but I want you to know that if one life changes, it can change more than one.
Yes.
And so I've had the opportunity to witness with my own eyes. At a graduation I recently attended and spoke at, where fathers came out and their children were with them and baby mothers were there, and I saw something that encouraged my heart. And I want to see more of that. In the midst of all that, I find it interesting that someone who's as fiscally, Rob runs a tight ship. Everyone knows that. I don't think anyone's been able to bring us in under budget in the last several years, but he's successfully done that. And we may quibble about how much under budget that was, but if it's a penny under budget, it's something to be thankful for. As a resident of Westchester County, I want to stay living here until I'm old, until I decide I don't want to live here anymore. And as long as I have someone in office that can keep the taxes down, that possibility remains. And so I'm excited that even with all that he has done in keeping things under budget and not raising taxes, that he's still able to have a heart for families and care about the kids in our community. And so I'm happy as a private citizen to give my endorsement to Rob Astorino for 4 more years as our county executive. Before I sit down, I just want to tell you this. I want to say this because it's good for us to know this. Anytime help comes to our communities, especially where our communities we have poverty-related issues in our communities, and we can see that we need help. Anytime help comes to our community, it doesn't matter whether it comes from the left or the right.
Amen.
As long as help comes. As long as help comes. And as a pastor, my only responsibility is to know the difference between what is good and what is evil, what is right from what is wrong, not right from left. So I want to encourage all of you who are standing here, don't allow yourselves to be polarized. When you have someone good in office that's getting it done, you want that to keep going on.
Amen.
So I'm asking all of you that are here, tell your friends, if it ain't broke, let's not even bother trying to fix it. One more year.
As a personal friend of Rob Astorino, to tell you how passionate I am about this man that we have here. I'm a Democrat. I'm a lifelong Democrat, and I doubt that will change. But when we have the right person in office, I put aside differences. I put aside company and politics, because I want things done for people. The community is important to me in all areas. Family ties are the strongest things that we need in this community. And Rob is very big on family structure, keeping the community strong with families. And he's a prime example because he has a beautiful one. I want you to understand that Rob is here and he's been here. Even as incoming president of the Yonkers NAACP, I called his office and I told him my needs, and he was accessible. At this time, even as a private citizen, I call his office and I tell him what the community needs, and he gets it done. So I think that Rob needs another 4 more years to keep getting things done for our community, because you deserve it, not Rob, but you as a community. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, folks. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be here this afternoon. My name is Mark McLean, and I am the president of the Gathering of Men of New Rochelle. But I'm here today as a private citizen, a homeowner, a father of 3 children and 1 wife, and a community activist who's been in the community, working in the community, for close to 20 years. And I'm here to say that Rob Astorino deserves 4 more years as county executive. I have known Rob for over a decade, and Rob Astorino is a good man. He's a man that loves his family. He's a man that loves God. And he's a man that loves this great county of Westchester.
Right.
And he has been a true public servant here in Westchester. One of the great things about Rob is that under his leadership, everybody has a seat at the table.
Woo!
No matter where you come from, no matter the color of your skin, no matter your sexual orientation, Rob Astorino stands for us. And so I am privileged and honored to say that I stand here today and endorse Mr. Rob Astorino 4 more years as county executive.
This is our icon.
Yes, yes.
65 years ago, I registered to vote. And when I registered to vote, I registered in party affiliation. Since that time, I have never failed to use my right as a voter. 8 years ago, when Rob decided to run for county executive, I knew from the very beginning, the first time I met him, that he was the guy for this county. Having been a county legislator, I know the workings of government. As your first black woman at county government, I certainly know what goes on in that county. But I could tell you, I've known every single county executive since McLean. And that's a long, long time ago. There has been no one, and I've been close to each county executive, believe it or not. There is no county executive that I have been so fond of. Rob has become my other child. And he knows that I love him, he knows I love his family, and I know that he loves me. He said to me, this will show you what kind of a heart he has. He said, both of your children live out of state. I don't want you to ever spend one single holiday by yourself if you're not going to friends. You are part of our family and you can come. He doesn't say it behind closed doors. He says it publicly. And anytime you have someone who speaks publicly about something, you can hold them to it, right?
Yes.
Last time I gave a spot on ad for Rob that talked about his being the most fit person to serve. I still stand behind that statement. Rob Astorino is the person for New Rochelle, for the whole county. I know full well that there is no one who will serve better. I know the other people, serve with them, I know them well. I can make my choice based on what I know. I know that a lot of what you hear in these ads, it's garbage. It's just outright lies. It is time that we took the time to find out the real deal rather than to hear something and believe it.
Amen.
Rob is a Christian person who always makes sure that he addresses the very needs of every single individual. And he's a great believer in fatherhood because he's a good father. And I want you to know that there is not one single aspect of community life that he is not in touch with and knows exactly what's going on in our county.
Amen.
And I, without a doubt, would endorse Rob Astorino for county executive for 4 more years.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Stephen Butch Thomas. I'm a city council candidate right here in Mount Vernon, New York. And I must say, a lot of people got the definition of divide versus divine. And for some reason, we have a significant amount of people that think dividing is the right thing to do. We can't do that anymore. We are out here as a city, as a county. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And from what I've seen and everyone else has seen, Rob has been able to do that. Woo! Unfortunately, here in the city of Mount Vernon, there's a negative stigma, and we got to get rid of it. I was talking to, and I'll be really quick, I was talking to some seniors not too long ago, and they said to me, Butch, you're on the right path. Like a bird has 2 wings, a left and a right. That's the only way you're gonna fly. And I'm out here to say we're gonna do the work. We're out here working hard for everyone every single day. And Rob, you're our guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it afforded me the opportunity to introduce to you and present to you for the next 4 years, our county executive, Rob Astorino.
Thank you, Bishop. I appreciate it, and thank you for all of you for being here. Our community leaders here, not just in Mount Vernon where I was born, but neighboring communities like in New Rochelle and elsewhere. And it means a lot to me. You know, we see one Westchester. That's all there is. One Westchester. Everybody's in the exact same boat, going in the exact same direction. And all we try to do every day is to make it better. Better than when we walked in the door. And by not raising taxes for 7 years with an 8th coming, it just means people here in Mount Vernon and everywhere can just get another step forward as opposed to a step back and making it harder. And working with businesses to create more jobs, and we've had 44,000 new jobs in this county in the last 7 years. It means people go to work. And when you go to work, it means you can put food on the table, and that's important. And just being part of the community, whether it's our churches and synagogues or mosques, just wanted to be everywhere we could be to let everyone know that our door is always open, these ears always here, and we want to make sure that everyone knows it is one Westchester. So I thank you very much for being here. I really and truly do. And your help is absolutely necessary as we go down the stretch here in the last 24 days to help get out the vote. And if somebody says, you know, I don't vote Republican, you say, why not? But you're going to vote this time. Or, you know what, I'm not going to vote. You say, why not? And you make sure you get them out because it's really important. And as Pearl said, boy, I've never been in a campaign where I've seen so many lies in so many days. And you know what, I can't be everywhere. And our ads are on TV, and we're going in the mailboxes to put out the true record about my opponent, who has now gone 5 straight years without paying his property taxes on his house, which should be a disqualifier. But we're going through what he's done, which he's spent his life raising taxes and not paying his own and taking a pay raise in between. To me, that's outrageous. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and that is holding the line on taxes, working to make sure this economy lifts everybody and that there's a job for everyone. And I can't thank you enough for being here today. God bless you.
4 more years. 4 more years.
You need
4 more years. 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 4 more years.